Hi, this next video is going to show you how to add a new season and roster for an upcoming year on Hudl. The first thing you're going to want to do when you log in is go down to the sport which you are associated with. So for example, I am going to scroll down to boys varsity wrestling and use that as an example. If you look right here, you can see I have three options: home, library, and highlights. I'm going to want to go to home. Now once I click on home, you're going to see it's going to bring me to my home page for boys varsity wrestling. Up here on the left hand side, I'm going to want to click on boys varsity wrestling. Now it'll bring me to another page where I have other seasons and rosters that are associated with my Hudl account. But what I'm going to want to do is I'm going to want to go up and hold the mouse over where it says team at the top. Once I do that, I'm going to want to go down to schedule. Click on schedule and it'll be brought to a page where you have the option of adding things as far as different years. So right now I'm going to want to add the 2015-2016 season. In order to do that, I'm going to want to click on the plus, and it will ask, please confirm you'd like to add the 2015-2016 season. And I'm going to say yes, I would like to add that season. Now it might take a little while. Now once you add that season, there's no games or schedules on there yet. You have to add all those individually. So if you'd like to do that, you would want to do that over here on the right hand side. So if I wanted to add, for example, my preseason practices, I could click on practice. I could say preseason. I'm going to give it a date, and I'm just going to give it a random date in November and just say it all starts November 1st. So now that I know that, I'm going to say in November, where I know that we are going to have a bunch of different practices, but I'm just going to go ahead and add just 5 for right now. Once I do that, I can click on create event, and now you can see my preseason along with 5 practices is on there. If I'd like to add an actual competition, it really works the exact same way. So I would want to now create a new event. I'd want to go to game and say it's a regular season game for us, regular season competition, and I'm going to say our opponent is going to be Maine South. Now if the other school has an associated Hudl account, you can use that. You can just add them that way, or you can just do that by clicking enter. So I'm going to add Maine South and say that our date is going to be on the 18th, and that's going to be at 7:30 p.m. and that's going to be away. Once I do that, I click on create event, and now I have Maine South along with our preseason all loaded up on there. So now in order to add my roster, I'm going to want to go over to here to my Hudl account, and you're going to see again I have a whole bunch of different options on here. I'm going to want to go back to home, boys varsity wrestling, then from there click on team again, and you're going to see I have all those options that will pop back up. Here's where I will now add my roster. I'll click on roster, and you can see that now I have my 2015-2016 season already loaded on there. Now, if your kids have put in their year in school, for example, Jake Greenberg put in he was a junior last year, he will still come up on my roster for my next season, and then when he graduates, he will eventually be cycled out. So now he's added on that roster. So you can go ahead and take a look to see what people you have on that roster, who's there, and who you'd like to remove, as well as who you'd like to add. Now, if you want to add your athletes, you'll simply go up here by adding them up at this top. So I'm going to add myself as an athlete. And I can put my graduation year, put me as a senior, I can click on add athlete, and then I would automatically be added to the roster. If you have any questions, please go ahead and email me and let me know.